Hello everyone, welcome to Math is Fun. Get ready, math chums. Welcome to performing multiple operations with fractions and decimals using GMDAS, where you'll discover how to solve tricky expressions with confidence and speed. By following the GMDAS rule, grouping, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction, you'll learn the right order of steps to handle fractions and decimals like a pro. Let's dive in and make math exciting and easy. Learning objective. By the end of the lesson, students will be able to solve expressions involving 3 or more operations with fractions and decimals using GMDAS. GMDAS rules. GMDAS order of operations. The first step is solve inside the grouping symbols. It can be parentheses, brackets, or fraction bars. Second step, multiplication or division. When solving multiplication and division, always work from left to right. Do not always multiply first. Follow the order as it appears. For example, 8 divided by 2 times 4. In this example, division comes first before multiplication. So we need to divide before we are going to multiply. So 8 divided by 2 is equal to 4, then times 4, the answer is equal to 16. Third step, addition or subtraction. When solving addition and subtraction, always work from left to right. Do not always add first. Follow the order as it appears. For example, 10 minus 6 plus 3. So in this example, subtraction comes first before addition. So we need to subtract before we add. So 10 minus 6 is equal to 4 plus 3 is equal to 7. Always remember, solve inside groupings first, then multiply or divide, then add or subtract. Alright, let's dive into our first example. This is an expression with fractions. So 1/2 plus 3/4 times the quantity of 2/3 plus 1/6. First, we're going to solve inside the grouping symbol. So 2/3 plus 1/6. As we can see in our fractions, they are having different denominators. We call this as dissimilar fractions. To find the sum, we can use the cross product method. So we multiply 2 and 6 and the answer is equal to 12. We're going to multiply 3 and 1 also and the answer is equal to 3. Then for the denominators, we're going to multiply 3 and 6 and the answer is equal to 18. Then let's add the numerators. 12 plus 3 is equal to 15. Copy 18 as our denominator. So 15 and 18 are both divisible by 3. So 15 divided by 3 is equal to 5. 18 divided by 3 is equal to 6. So the answer inside the parentheses is equal to 5, 6. Next, what do you think our second step? Alright, second step is multiply. So we multiply 3/4 times 5, 6. So in multiplying fractions, multiply both numerators. So 3 times 5 is equal to 15. And multiply both denominators. 4 times 6 is equal to 24. Then we're going to look if there is a common factor between 15 and 24. Yes, 15 and 24 are both divisible by 3. Alright, 15 divided by 3 is equal to 5. 24 divided by 3 is equal to 8. So the answer in step 2 is 5, 8. And lastly, we're going to add the fractions. So 1/2 plus 5/8. Same thing with step 1. Our fractions are dissimilar fractions. So we're going to use the cross product method. So we are going to multiply 1 and 8 and the answer is equal to 8. We multiply 2 and 5 and the answer is equal to 10. And lastly, we're going to multiply 2 and 8 and the answer is equal to 16. And then, add the numerators. 8 plus 10 is equal to 18. Copy the denominator 16. So our answer is 18 over 16. Is there any common factor between 18 and 16? You're right. Yes, 18 and 16 are both divisible by 2. So 18 divided by 2 is equal to 9. And 16 divided by 2 is equal to 8. Look at our answer, 9/8. What kind of fraction is this? Yes, 9/8 is an improper fraction. The numerator is bigger than its denominator. So the lowest term of an improper fraction is a mixed form. So 9/8, or you're going to divide 9 by 8. 9 divided by 8 is equal to 1. And we have 1 extra, and then copy the denominator 8. So 9/8 or 1 and 1/8. And this is our final answer. Another example, the quantity of 5/6 minus 1/3 divided by 2/3 plus 1/2. So first, we're going to solve inside the grouping symbol. So 5/6 minus 1/3. So our fractions are dissimilar fractions, so we are going to use the cross product method. So 5 times 3 is equal to 15, minus 6 times 1 is equal to 6, 6 times 3 is equal to 18. Then let's subtract. 15 minus 6 is equal to 9 over 18. What is the common factor between 9 and 18? Alright, 9 and 18 are both divisible by 9. So 9 divided by 9 is equal to 1. 18 divided by 9 is equal to 2. So our answer for step 1 is 1/2. Then divide by 2/3 plus 1/2. So what is our step 2? Very good. Step 2 is divide. So 1/2 divided by 2/3. How we're going to divide fraction? Yes, we're going to use the cross multiplication. So 1 times 3 is equal to 3 as our numerator. Then 2 times 2 is equal to 4 as our denominator. So 1/2 divided by 2/3 is equal to 3/4. So our answer for step 2 is 3/4 plus 1/2. We're just going to put it down. Then, last step is we're going to add. So 3/4 plus 1/2. Again, our fractions are having different denominators. So we're going to use the cross product method. So 3 times 2 is equal to 6. 4 times 1 is equal to 4. 4 times 2 is equal to 8. Then 6 plus 4 is equal to 10 over 8. 10 and 8 are both divisible by 2. So 10 divided by 2 is equal to 5. 8 divided by 2 is equal to 4. 5/4, again, is an improper fraction. We're going to make this into a mixed number to have a lowest term. So our answer is 1 and 1/4. Alright, our next example is an expression involving decimals. So 2 and 5/10 plus 1 and 2/10 times the quantity of 3 and 4/10 minus 1 and 4/10. First, we're going to solve inside the grouping symbol. So 3 and 4/10 minus 1 and 4/10. So in subtracting decimal, we need to align the decimal point. So 4 minus 4 is equal to 0. 3 minus 1 is equal to 2. Then put the decimal point. And our answer for step 1 is equal to 2. What will be our step 2? Alright, we're going to multiply 1 and 2/10 times 2. So in multiplying decimal, multiply as if multiplying whole numbers. So 2 times 2 is equal to 4. 2 times 1 is equal to 2. Then count the decimal places in our factors. So in this example, we are just having one decimal place in our factors. So our answer is 2.4 or 2 and 4/10. Then, last step is we are going to add. So 2 and 5/10 added to 2 and 4/10. So align the decimal point. 5 plus 4 is equal to 9. 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. Then copy the decimal point. Our final answer is equal to 4.9 or 4 and 9/10. Next example, the quantity of 5 and 6/10 minus 2 and 1/10 divided by 5/10 plus 1 and 4/10. So first, we're going to solve inside the grouping symbol. So 5 and 6/10 minus 2 and 1/10. So 6 minus 1 is equal to 5. 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. Then don't forget to copy the decimal point. So for our step 1, our answer is equal to 3 and 5/10. What will be our step 2? Alright, we're going to divide. So 3 and 5/10 divided by 5/10. So in dividing decimal number with another decimal number, first we need to make our divisor into a whole number by moving the decimal point going to the right. Likewise with our dividend. So 35 divided by 5 is equal to 7. 7 times 5 is equal to 35. 35 minus 35 is equal to 0. So our answer is equal to 7. So what will be our step 3? Alright, step 3 is we add. So 7 plus 1 and 4/10. So we can add decimal point and 0 to our whole number 7 to have an equal length to 1 and 4/10. So 0 plus 4 is equal to 4, 7 plus 1 is equal to 8, then copy the decimal point. Our final answer is equal to 8 and 4/10. That's it for our lesson today. You've learned how to solve expressions involving fractions and decimals by following the GM-DAS rule and remembering the important left to right order for multiplication and division and addition and subtraction. Keep practicing, keep believing in yourself, and keep enjoying math. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this lesson helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more fun and easy math tutorials. See you in the next lesson.